here we are.
Oh, ready?
The Edith Kopp Show.
Oh, good. On with the show. This is it.
Episode 3. Action.
So, would you like to tell us about your surprise guest today?
My surprise guest, meaning Jasmine and the baby.
Oh, yes. Little Graham Cracker was here, too. And what did he do? Anything special?
What?
What does he do that's special?
Who?
Graham
Baby?
Cracker.
Well, she says she sees, I asked, well, he knows how to take the truck and play with it.
That's
And the car.
nice.
He back and forth. He throws the ball. He knows how to throw.
Does he speak yet?
No. When he makes,
Oh, raspberries. That's always the beginning.
that's when he does.
Let's see that again.
What was that
Raspberry.
sound? How does he do that? Oh, okay. So, we are going to have a discussion about what? What would you like to discuss today?
It's what would you like to hear?
A story. I like stories.
What kind of story?
A story about... well, that's a good question. I don't know. What story? A story about when you were little? A story about...
when in Israel.
Okay.
In Israel on a Shabbat.
Okay. Once upon a time in Israel on a Shabbat.
We used to go to my grandma every Saturday after dinner.
Lunch or dinner? Friday night or Shabbos lunch?
Shabbos lunch.
Okay. She lived downstairs.
We lived downstairs.
She lived upstairs.
She lived upstairs.
Okay. So you used to go upstairs to visit her.
And she would have, on the plates, candy, cookies, whatever. And I, after a while, decided we had to wait sometimes for her to serve. So I came later.
Oh, you started to come later?
I
In
started
time
to
for the
come-
candies? Did she catch on to that?
I don't know.
Did she realize that?
I don't know. She never said anything.
She never did? No, she still gave you candies? You didn't get in trouble?
Well, she gave everyone else the same. It wasn't just me.
Oh, but she didn't say, no, little Yehuda, you have to wait until later.
No, she didn't.
That's
She
nice.
didn't say.
So you think you were her favorite too?
What?
Do you think you were her favorite?
I doubt it.
No?
She already had family there. Her brother's children, grandchildren, were like her own.
Oh, really?
She
But they
treat-
weren't her own.
No, but she treated them like her own because she knew them all. She lived with them and so on. So, I felt put out.
You did.
Yeah, I did. I felt put out by it.
Hi. Did Badana have any brothers or sisters? She had a brother.
She had a brother, Yaakov Flav, Molly and Moe Badetsky, their father.
I see. And your dad had brothers?
My dad had Uncle Morris and Abramella.
Were they both in the United States?
All three, yeah. And
So she
Tante
was all alone by
and-
herself in Israel.
And Tante Shandel, her daughter. She was alone in Israel, yes.
Oh, wow.
She took care of, I thought she got married 8 times. No,
8
I-
times?
No, 4 times.
4. Oh, well, which one is it? 8 or 4?
4.
Was she married when you came back to Israel?
Yeah, she lived with him. No, he was dead already. She didn't have any more husband.
That was it? She gave up after 4?
Yeah, she was old enough.
She was.
Who are we talking about?
See, they
My
needed
mother's
to-
grandmother.
They needed
Her
money
father's
to
mom.
She needed money to live on. It's not like here you get Social Security and they take care of you.
There was no pensions.
There was
nothing.
nothing. And she didn't have, the kids, her children didn't send her monthly, so that she could live.
So then she needed a man to have
Yeah.
money
Yeah, she would feed him, clothe him,
in exchange
wash
for
him
money.
in exchange for.
So what did old people do then? If there was no pension and no whatever Social Security,
what they
how
did.
did you? So how did an 80-year-old man or whatever 50-year-old man?
How many
I don't know.
80-year-old men do you think there were?
That's
People
true.
didn't live
Probably
that
not.
old.
But let's say, how old was your grandmother then? She's going to say 53.
She was 80 when she died.
Okay, but when you came to Israel, how old do you think she was, approximately?
In the 70s, early 70s.
Oh, she was already in her early 70s.
Yes.
So how did she make ends meet? How did she buy food if she didn't have...
Well, she had the houses that she had.
Oh, so she had tenants.
So she
had
had some
rent.
income.
Oh, she had income.
She had some rent.
Oh. So why did we sell this property? Well, if she owned all these buildings, why did we? We would be loaded, money-making people if we had kept
No,
them.
we sold
Why did we sell? Why?
what? That her house?
Yes.
Oh, because no one was there to take care of it, and Uncle Zadel was afraid that they're going to go away, would take away the money, won't have anything left.
So he sold it?
So he made the deal that they should sell the house. So they can
Wow,
make
imagine that, a house in Shaarei Tzedek. In
Three-
Shaarei Chesed, in Israel, in
two
Jerusalem.
houses for $3,000.
2 houses. Imagine.
Well, one of them was,
Doesn't matter, the land is worth way more than that, but yeah.
all right.
Even if it was a shack, you know. When was this sold? In the 50s?
No, we
40s?
probably in the 60s. I'm
In the
not sure.
60s.
50s, maybe the 50s. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Imagine. Wow.
We came
Talk
back
about-
in 1937, so it's probably maybe in the 40s.
In the 40s.
Maybe, yeah.
Before it was Israel?
Yeah.
No, it was before
it was
48.
true. We sold it before it was Israel.
Wow. Amazing. That's
You
amazing.
see, Uncle Zadel had a house. He sold it too. He had from his dowry, and he sold it. He didn't trust the family in Israel. He said they'll steal it for themselves.
Wow.
They'll end up having it. So
That's unbelievable. That's so sad. Oh well. But anyway, do you have good memories from Israel when you were there?
I used to play in the fields, pick flowers, the poppies, the red. The fields, it was all mine, hills,
Imagine.
in order then to go all the way down.
She says that, I remember stories when you said that you would go running through the fields. What was now the Israel Museum,
Yes,
right, was empty. Was just hills.
it was all blank. No,
Correct.
no
There was
building.
nothing. And she remembers going there and stealing the seeds of wildflowers and planting it in the backyard and
Who's
using
that?
dishwater. You
Oh.
told me you used to take
Not from there. I
Then
think
from where?
A garden.
Oh, from actually a garden.
In
Anyway,
what was it? Near Shaarei Chesed, around the corner from the.
was Machne Yehuda there? Is that where you would shop?
Yeah, with my mother we would go.
Yeah,
We'd go Thursday.
to pick up things for Shabbos.
Yeah,
How far was it? Did you walk?
yeah.
You walked.
We walked the back way without the, not the traffic.
Traffic. What kind of traffic was there? British?
Well, there
What?
already was. I don't know.
How many cars could there have been? We're
No,
talking about
no,
the 30s,
There were trucks.
right? The
Well,
30s.
40.
When you were there, was the 40s?
Oh, no.
No, when you were there was the 30s.
30, yeah, 37.
Yes.
We came back 37.
Trucks. How many trucks? I mean, compared to, it's all relative, compared to traffic today.